I am the ship, Admiral. As I always was. As I always will be. The displays shifted, showing images that made Marcus stagger. Himself, but not himself, taller, scarred, wearing uniform of no nation or fleet he recognized. Leading armadas through space-time itself, fighting entities that existed partially outside reality. The Devourers have returned, the ship continued. The quantum barriers grow thin. Your neural patterns may be housed in this primitive biological matrix, but your essence remains unchanged. The war continues, Admiral Kane. Memory flooded back, not his memory, but something older, deeper. He remembered the final battle at the Nexus Gate, the desperate gambit to scatter his consciousness across time and space, hoping to reform when the ancient enemy stirred again. He remembered this ship, his flagship, programmed to wait, to watch, to find him when the time came. The sleepers wake across 17 galaxies, the ship reported. Admiral Reynolds has already engaged the Vanguard at the Trappist system. Admiral Bishop fell defending the quantum lighthouse at Proxima. You are needed, Admiral Kane. Marcus, Kane, felt the weight of cosmic responsibility settle on his shoulders like an old, familiar coat. Through the ship's sensors, he could already detect the distortions at the edge of the system, reality twisting as something vast and hungry pressed against the dimensional barriers. He walked to the command chair, his hands remembering controls that belonged to another life, another war. The ship responded to his touch like a faithful steed recognizing its master. Take us to the stars, he commanded, his voice carrying authority earned across eons. The Devourers will find us ready. The ancient warship lifted from its sandy grave, shedding 5 centuries of dust and dreams, ready once more to defend a universe that had forgotten it needed defending. Marcus cycled through the airlock and approached the Dragon. Up close, he could see the beautiful complexity of its construction, living tissue seamlessly integrated with quantum processors, organic scales reinforced with metamaterials. But he could also see the signs of neglect, dim bioluminescence, patches where scales had begun to shed, the slight tremor that indicated failing power regulation. What's your designation? Marcus asked. Prometheus, 7, sir. But most called me 7. I'm Marcus. He gestured toward his workshop. I've got some power cells that might help. But 7, what happened to your handlers? The Dragon's eyes flickered. Corporate restructuring, sir. We were deemed non-essential assets. Most of my siblings accepted termination. A pause. I chose exile instead. Marcus felt something shift in his chest. Here was a being, for what else could he call something that chose exile over death, reduced to begging for scraps? The parallels to his own situation weren't lost on him. Different species, same struggle. Listen, Marcus said, I can't offer much, but I've got regular energy waste from my repair work. If you're willing to help with some heavy lifting, materials transport, maybe we can work something out. 7's eyes brightened perceptibly. You would trust me, sir. Marcus looked into those ancient, intelligent eyes and saw something that made him smile despite everything. Hope. Call me Marcus. And yeah, I think I would. As 7 fed on the workshop's waste energy, his scales began to glow with renewed vitality. Marcus watched, already calculating how their partnership might work. A Dragon's cargo capacity could revolutionize his business. 7's intelligence could help solve complex engineering problems. Together, they might both find what they'd been missing. Sometimes miracles came in the most unexpected forms. Sometimes they simply came from one being willing to look into another's eyes and see not what they were supposed to be, but who they actually were. The partnership that began that day would eventually grow into the Rodriguez Prometheus Transport Consortium, but that's another story entirely.